up, y'all? Welcome to the show. I'm Lemar. That's LJ. What the hell are we talking about today?
I guess we're going to talk about this NFL draft. It happened. Actually, it's still happening as we speak. The second and third round are going to commence, possibly next couple minutes, actually. We're going to talk about the winners and losers from day one, which was yesterday. We're going to talk about how badly Gettleman fucked the Giants. I mean, with all his moves, now I know for a fact he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah,
he does not know what he's doing. He may talk a big game. He runs his mouth, saying, "Oh, you don't get to you don't draft for need. You draft for the best player. You don't draft for need." Then he drafts a quarterback, not the quarterback that everyone's projected to draft. The quarterback who finished second in the Heisman. A quarterback who threw 50 touchdowns. A quarterback who completed 70% of his passes. You got a guy who's a 4 year starter from a weak conference, a non-football school, who completed 55% of his passes. Okay, does not have an arm.
55% of his passes.
So he's terrible.
That's horrible.
That's horrible. He doesn't have much of an arm. Can't really rocket the ball down the field. The last game he ever played, he didn't fucking score a touchdown. So I don't know what Dave Gettleman is doing, but I would have never let him do it. If I'm Mora, I would have never ever let him do it. I said, you pick him, I'm gonna fire you. I would have never let him do it. I mean, like, there's everyone's saying, oh, you give not everyone. There's Giants fans who already want to punch him in his very punchable face. But yeah, there's like no hope that this guy's any good. Yeah. He's not going to be good. Like I already know this. He shouldn't be sitting behind Eli for a couple of years. Like, he's going to be a backup. There is no way possible anybody comes from college and all of a sudden his completion percentage gets better. That doesn't happen.
Yeah,
Never, ever does it ever happen.
Yeah, first of all, if you're not even at least a 60% passer, then you don't even get drafted. And if you do get drafted, you're not usually very good. There's no way. Like, the only person that threw, first of all, he only threw 59%, so he was just under. And he's not even that great of a quarterback, but he's a solid quarterback. Was Matt Ryan? He's the only one.
Oh, well, Matt Ryan won MVP.
Right. He's the only one. He's the only one that's like that threw for under 60% and was a successful quarterback. So now, like, people bring up Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, whatever his fucking name is. People bring him up from a few years ago. He played in a small college, but Carson Wentz was dominating in that small college. Right.
That's what you do when you know you have talent. It doesn't matter who you have around you. If you're a quarterback and you're talented as a quarterback, you dominate.
Right.
This kid was playing for a terrible division and was not even the best quarterback in his division. He wasn't the best quarterback in his conference. In the ACC, which does not have football teams.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't even the best quarterback in his conference. They just got him because he's tall, gangly, and he worked with Eli and Peyton's coach. But
right? Yeah, I heard about that.
But who cares? How many?
Right.
He coaches dude. So you're gonna draft the last guy he coached?
Yeah.
What difference does it make?
Yeah, that's just so bold-headed. Now, my thing, that's funny because I was talking to another Giants fan, and he was saying basically the same things you were saying, And then he was like, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna ride with it. And then he was like, hey, like people thought Baker Mayfield. People thought Cleveland screwed up in the draft. I'm like, nah.
No,
Baker Mayfield was an accurate quarterback. I don't like the stuff he did off the field.
Heisman Trophy winner. No one's ever going to.
Exactly.
No one's ever going to. Well, I'm not gonna say never because people talk shit about Tim Tebow. He won. He won 2. He almost won 2 Heismans.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like people were talking shit when they drafted him in the first round.
Right.
Right. But I won't blame you if you draft a quarterback who won a Heisman. All right. You know, like, and I almost don't blame you when you go for a quarterback. But you know, like, what is this? Who is this guy? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing in this franchise?
And before you told me about his stats, like, I was just thinking, all right, well, you know what? You never know. Maybe they know something we don't know, but I didn't know his stats were so bad either. So, like,
his stat. I'm gonna bring up some of Daniel Jones' stats for you, just to give you.
He don't even got a quarterback name. He got a bench player, a bench basketball player name. Like that's a dude that come off the bench in basketball. That's like a 12th man. That's like he don't even have a quarterback name. Like, who is this guy? Daniel Jones. I heard that there was a guy from Duke that was decent. He wasn't supposed to go first
as a second round back.
Right, he was supposed to go second round though. Right, that's what they said. Like, nobody said anything about him going first round.
All right, these are some of his highlights. He lost 58-7 in Wake Forest in his final regular season game. He threw 2 touchdowns and 9 interceptions versus Virginia.
Not in one game.
In one game.
He threw 9 interceptions in one game.
Threw 2 touchdowns and 9 interceptions against Virginia. Okay.
Why was he even still in the game after 4? After 4 interceptions, it's like, all right, today's not your day. You know what I mean? He threw 9 interceptions in one game.
Threw 1 interception, 0 TDs with a QB rating of 19 during a loss to a 1-11 Baylor team.
Yo.
Was the 81st ranked QB in the country in yards per attempt.
Oh my God.
So,
81st.
So.
Oh my God.
So Gettleman says, "Oh, we need to draft him because we thought that somebody was going to go ahead of us and draft him. No one wanted to draft this motherfucker. No one.
He would have been waiting for them in the second round because they would have got the 6th pick in the second round.
Be honest, I wouldn't have wasted a draft pick on him.
Right. He doesn't even sound like he's worth it.
He's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm looking at what he's doing, he's not worth it. I don't care how good he interviews. I don't give a shit about that.
Based on what I'm hearing, he doesn't even sound like a second round pick. Like, he sounds like a 3rd or 4th round pick.
He sounds like a free agent walk on.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Because what is there to like? I don't understand.
Well, he's 6'5".
Oh my
That's
God.
what you know what I'm saying. Like, he's 6'5". That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's gonna sit behind Eli. It doesn't matter if he can sit behind Eli for years and it won't mean shit.
He can sit behind Tom Brady and it won't matter.
What you say?
I said he can sit behind Tom Brady and it won't matter.
It won't matter. Like, he's gonna sit there. He's gonna stink. That's what's gonna happen. Gettleman should lose his job now. Like, I wouldn't even wait to fire him. I wouldn't let him make that pick. Exactly. I wouldn't. Like, he would have came up. I would tell him, like, what are you gonna do? If I'm one of the Mariners, I say, what are you going to do? Yeah. He's like, oh, I'm going to draft this guy. I'm like, no, you're not going to do that. Right. You're not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to do that, we'll do the same thing that the Redskins did a few years ago when they drafted RG3 in the first round. They drafted Kirk Cousins in the second.
Follow up, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really want that quarterback, you get him in the second round. The first round, we're going to get Haskins. I'm gonna keep going with my rant because even the New York Knicks got involved with this. Alonzo Trier and Kevin Knox even said it was like Jones over Haskins on their Twitter accounts, and they put question marks.
And some people said that they just didn't want to draft a black quarterback that bad.
Well, they didn't want to draft a black quarterback. I think that's true for real. And the reason they got rid of Odell, now I question everything you're doing. Because if you do that,
Right.
Now I question everything you did. You know what I'm saying? Like now I question you drafting Barkley. Now I question how you traded Odell Beckham.
Right.
Now I question why you trade all these guys and you sign all these guys. Now I question everything you do because I know that you do not know what you are doing.
Yeah.
Gettleman needs to go. He does not know what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like unless this dude becomes the next Tom Brady, which he will not. Unless he will not. He will be the biggest bust. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's still going by old school rules. But I don't know why we have a GM that goes by the old school rules that you need to stand in the pocket and do, like, quarterbacks aren't doing that anymore.
Right.
No.
I don't have a problem with you getting a pocket quarterback. I have a problem with you just getting the guy who's not even supposed to be that good. Like the pocket quarterback thing is not that big of a deal.
I'm going by his archetype. He wanted this type of quarterback.
Yeah, but that's so stupid, man. Like if you put that over everything else, you know what I mean? Like that's just dumb. Like I really don't have a problem with the pocket quarterback thing because in the end, a lot of the pocket quarterbacks are still the ones getting far in the playoffs. So I don't have a problem with that. Like, but you're still like.
What about him made you? What about him besides being 6'5" and being trained by? Being coached by Eli and Peyton's coach. What besides that? What about him specifically?
Yeah, I just don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like anybody could have done that. Like if we would have drafted the guy like next year after Daniel Jones would have graduated and went on to work for Dave Brown and up here in Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like. So would you have gotten the guy next year just because he was coached by the same guy? Like that makes no sense.
It's very, very confusing, dude. I really don't know. and it's one thing to draft a guy that's good, but just wasn't highly sought after. But this guy is just like what I'm hearing is just like I don't understand. I just don't get it. Like it's not like when the Knicks drafted Porzingis. Porzingis was still supposed to be good. He was just supposed to be a project, and he was good in his where he came from. And everybody hated that move, whatever. Now everybody happy that he's gone. But I don't understand. It's very perplexing. I don't fucking know.
But we can go for that draft one by one. Kyler Murray going number 1 to Arizona. Yeah. I like that pick. He's a good quarterback. He's undersized, but doesn't matter in this league anymore. And to be honest with you, the only people who have been like pretty much like forcing in our minds that undersized quarterbacks don't work in the league are the so-called experts, and I've never seen an undersized quarterback not do well.
Right, like. It's never been a real issue. It's just been a stigma, but it's never been an issue. Like nobody's ever.
No, I've never ever seen in any game ever that that any quarterback under 6 feet hasn't done well because of his height.
Right.
I've never seen it.
Right. It's a myth. It's like a negative thing that just stuck, and it's just people start these things up, and then they run with it, and it just becomes this thing. But it was never really a thing. It was just something that was always said, but not ever proven. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's never been proven. It's fake news that they just go along with. Because Drew Brees is under 6 feet. He's 5'10". Right. And I've seen Eli, who's 6'5". I've seen his passes get knocked down way more often than Drew Brees.
I'm trying to think of who it was. I can't remember if it was Flacco or somebody. There's somebody that's like super tall that has so many batted down passes, but I can't remember who it is who leads the league in batted down passes. I was like, see that. It just comes down to decision making. You know what I mean? Like and awareness, decision making and awareness. If your passes get batted down a lot, that's just because you're not that good. I mean, that's just you not being aware of what the defenders are doing. You know what I mean? Like it has nothing to do with tall or short. So, but yeah, Kyler Murray.
They're like, oh, we can't see over defenders. I'm like. I'm just like, all right, well, you can certainly see downfield. Like, To be perfectly honest, it's not like you're seeing that much more if you're 6'5" and if you're 6 feet. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never seen anyone had a problem throwing a football. Like you know, what I'm saying you act like the motherfucker's like a like 3 feet tall. Like he can't.
Right.
He literally
can't
like
he can't see over a counter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that serious. Like, yeah, and as far as it's supposedly a good fit. This guy wanted him, as we all know. He wanted him before he even got this job. They said he recruited him in college and he couldn't get him. He wanted Kyler Murray for a long time, so he finally got him. And now you were telling me right before we got on that Miami's close to a deal for Josh Rosen. Like they're really close. So Miami needs a quarterback. I think that's a good thing. I mean, I would have. Didn't they have an opportunity to take Haskins? I guess they said that they'll just go with Rosen.
Yeah,
they was probably already trying to work out something.
Didn't want. Yeah, I think they gave up a second round pick for him. So why not just have him there?
That makes sense, right?
Why not just have him there and he'd probably be. They're gonna be fighting for the start spot with Fitz. What's his name?
Oh, he's not gonna be fighting for that spot. Ryan Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick's gonna be the backup. he may start like the first couple of weeks, and then he's gonna.
Yeah, he's gonna fight for it.
Yeah. It's not gonna be really. I mean, he's gonna fight, but he's gonna lose. Fitzpatrick's gonna lose. Like, matter of fact,
he's still gonna fight.
Yeah, I suppose, but who cares? Every backup is fighting for a starting spot, but Fitzpatrick is gonna be the backup.
It's like it was like everyone. Like if I go fight Mike Tyson, everybody knows I'm gonna lose, but I'm still gonna fight.
Not me. I'm not gonna fight. Like I'm not gonna fight him. Yeah.
Number 2 guys got Nick KKK Bosa. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a white nationalist. So there you go. I hope you're happy with him. If I was your team, I'd pick him too. But like I said, since he is a white nationalist and a racist, I wouldn't mind him breaking his fucking legs, both of them. Anyway, next.
Yep. Well, as a 49er fan, I am glad we got him. That's who I wanted us to pick. They say he was the best player in the draft. Him and the other guy, Quentin Williams. They said those are like the 2 best players in the draft. So I was like, all right.
How many times are the Jets gonna get the best player in the draft?
I know.
It works out for him. Remember a few years ago they got Leonard Williams.
Yeah, he was the best player in the draft.
He's the best player in the draft.
Yeah.
And guess what? And guess who's replacing him? The guy they just picked up next. The best player in the draft.
Hey, be like that sometimes, bro. But I'm personally glad that we got him. We need a pass rusher. I like our front 7 for sure. Now, we've been drafting defense. Then this year we picked up Quan Alexander and D Ford. So and then you add Nick Bosa to that. I'm like, we should definitely get pressure on the quarterback after last year having the least amount of turnovers in the history of the league. We only had seven takeaways last year, so pressure on the quarterback should definitely help that. Now I'm guessing in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round they'll start looking for wide receivers and defensive backs, but that's besides the point. I'm glad they got him, and I guess we can move on.
Okay, the Jets got Quentin Williams from Alabama. He's a DT. He's pretty much a nose tackle. Yeah, people were saying he's the best player in the draft. Well, we'll see. He's a pass rusher. So I have no idea who the Jets coach is anymore. So there's that.
Adam Gase.
Oh, Adam Gase. They're gonna suck.
Nah, you know what? It's funny because I don't think Adam Gase is as bad as they looked in Miami. When Tannehill was healthy, he had a winning record. And they beat the Patriots a few times during his tenure, like in that division. I mean, everybody beats the Patriots like once every couple of years, but Miami beats them at least once a year, like every year. And while he was there, and I think he's a little better than. I mean, I don't know how good of a coach he is, but I think he's a little better than you think he is. I don't think he sucks. I mean, he's got a quarterback that he can groom. And he's got
Miami fans how much he sucks.
He's got a superstar running back, and their defense isn't that bad. So he inherited.
His quarterback sucks too.
We'll see.
No, he sucks.
No, I don't think so.
I think so. I think he's
all right. Well, you want to believe that he sucks?
Well, he does suck. His stats prove it. But let's move.
He's a rookie. I mean, he's a rookie that had no weapons. Let's calm down.
His stats prove he sucks.
All right.
Okay, number 4, the Raiders pick Cleveland Farrell, and that's the first reach of a draft. This guy, Cleveland Farrell, wasn't even projected to be in the first round. They could have picked Josh Allen or Ed Oliver, but Devin White, great linebacker. They wanted an edge rusher. They could have caught Josh Allen or Ed Oliver, but they're a shit organization now that.
It appears so.
They're shit now that Gruden is there. He's stealing money away from them. I don't think he'll coach out the rest of his contract. He's never been that good of a coach. He lucked into coaching Tampa Bay team that Tony Dungy built up and took him to the Super Bowl and won. But when it was time for him to build up a quarterback, he couldn't do it because he's not good. He's not a good coach. Not smart. Him and his brother are fucking morons. Let's move on. Mm-hmm. Okay, Buccaneers. Mm-hmm. They moved in where the fucking moron John Gruden.
I actually wanted to say something about the Oakland thing. I can't even remember now. All right, fuck it. Move on then, like you said.
All right. Okay, they moved in with a fucking moron. John Gruden didn't draft Devin White. Devin White is a great linebacker. Well, not great linebacker, but really good. Really, really good. Okay? I'll give him that. He's really, really good linebacker. What college
you went to?
Athletic. What'd you say?
What college did he go to?
LSU.
Okay.
He can. He's a good tackler.
He can tackle. Say that. I'll just play. Go ahead.
He's a good tackler. Like that's really going to improve their line. They got JPP down there still.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. I forgot all about him. JPP.
Yeah, so they're fine. Then you got to my Giants who get an F for getting Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
we talked about
that.
We go to Jaguars who get Josh Allen, the guy that the Giants should have picked.
Is he from Jersey?
Josh Allen?
Yeah. Somebody was telling me that Jacksonville drafted a guy from Jersey. I'm like, I don't know.
Probably is. These guys move around.
And he went to Kentucky?
He went to Kentucky.
Yeah, I guess that is the same guy, yeah. Yeah, I didn't know he was from Jersey, but yeah. Yeah,
this guy is definitely a Coughlin guy. He can play he can play on the line, he can play linebacker.
Wow,
he's one of those guys who's mad athletic, he can move. Okay. So yeah, that was a good pick for them.
And Jacksonville, they love their defense, so they gotta definitely add to that.
Yeah, they really don't have an offense. So, and the Lions picked up another tight end. How many tight ends are they going to pick up in the first round?
Oh, they drafted one last year too?
No, not last year. They drafted Eric Ebron. Eric Ebron, he's from your city. I think he's from East Orange. I think.
For real?
Yeah, I'm not sure if Ebron's even still there, but I remember when they drafted him. His father still lived in East Orange.
Well, I didn't know he was from East Orange.
Yeah. I don't know much about him, but he's a playmaker. And the Bills got Ed Oliver from Houston. Now this is a strong motherfucker. He's a big boy.
This is a heavy defensive end and defensive line draft.
well, this is a defensive draft.
Yeah.
That's why the Giants should have picked a defensive player. They should have did what they said they're going to fucking do. And the Steelers traded up. They traded with Baltimore, and they drafted Devin Bush from Michigan. Now, I watched Devin Bush all year. This guy is quick. He came in the draft looking like a Final Fantasy character.
What position he play?
He was a linebacker.
Okay.
And people were saying that he might have been the best player in the draft. I'm like, well, how many defensive players did we draft above him? They say he's the best player. Like, who's the best then? You can't say this guy's the best. This guy's the best. This guy's the best.
I mean, I guess everybody's got their own opinion. So.
Yeah, but like what he came in dressed like. He came in looking like anime for real. Then the Bengals picked up offensive lineman Jonah Williams from Alabama. Pretty good offensive lineman. What else am I going to say about
right? People thought that they might have went after a quarterback in the first round. They may still try to draft one later, but I hear that people thought they was going to go for a quarterback in the first round.
I heard that. I heard the same thing too. I heard the same thing.
Move on from the Andy Dalton era, but I guess not.
The Packers picked up Rashawn Gary, who I really wanted. He was from my team, Michigan. I really wanted Rashawn Gary. I thought he was going to go in the top 4. Actually,
what position he play?
He's an edge rusher.
Okay.
So. Yeah, he cried like a baby when he drafted. A lot of guys were crying this year.
They've been drafting for a lot of defense the past couple of years. Green Bay, like in the early rounds. But I mean, their defense is getting better because of it, though. Like their defense isn't bad. Like the defense is kind of underrated. But yeah, I thought that they would start trying to. It's only the first round, but they'll probably be starting trying to get more weapons for Aaron Rodgers soon. They're gonna need it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's due to have shoulder surgery too. So
damn, again
he may not play.
Damn, he's just injury prone now.
Yeah, the Dolphins picked up a guy who might be the most charismatic motherfucker in this draft. This dude, as soon as he got on camera, you just knew this guy oozed charisma, like just the way he was.
He was,
you know what I'm saying, like. Well, no charisma. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I just wanted to say that.
he was like you can just tell. Like, and when he came from Clemson, he was one of the first players from Clemson, second player from Clemson drafted. When they won their the national championship a few years ago, he did a full fucking split in the middle of the goddamn field, and he was the one who when he got up on the stage, he tried to do the jump thing with Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell likes to hug people. You didn't see that around. You know, he tried to do that thing where you jump up and you chest bump.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was him.
Yes, so that's him. Okay. Like he said all the right things. He said since Dwayne Wade's retiring, he wants to be the new face of Miami. He's got it. I think he might as well. I think he might. You know what I'm saying? Because he's just really that good. He's a really good DT. Then Falcons got Chris Lindstrom.
What pick are we at right now? Falcons.
14. Okay. 14.
All right.
The Falcons got Chris Lindstrom from Boston College. He was with his family. He's got an ugly fucking family.
Oh my god.
His family is fucking gruesome.
Oh
Holy
my god.
And he should never put his father and his mother back on TV again.
You're terrible.
Even his little sisters they look like little wenches. I don't know what the fuck is wrong.
It's a good thing we don't have like millions and millions of listeners.
I say the same fucking thing. I don't give a shit. Yeah, like
I know you would. That's what I'm saying. It's a good thing we don't have that.
Well, sometimes when you know your family is like not like aesthetically pleasing, maybe you should just show up and bring like bring like a model.
Bring the dog.
You know what I'm saying? Put a family dog there.
Oh my god, you ain't right, man.
So the next one is a guy who's going to fucking torture the Giants for years and years to come if he doesn't get hurt first. It's Dwayne Haskins out of Ohio State, went to the Redskins. He got a grade A. he got a quarterback at 15 that they didn't have to trade up for.
Because they wanted to trade up for him. There was talks like a couple days ago that they're gonna try to trade up ahead of the Giants to get him, and they didn't have to do that.
They didn't have to do it. He has a lot of potential.
I can't believe he dropped to 15.
Yeah, so that makes me think a lot of things may be a little bit wrong. So you see, I don't know why he dropped so far. I'm not sure, I don't think it's a character issue. I think it's a performance issue. Maybe he didn't have the best. Maybe he didn't have the best combine, or who knows what happened with him. Yeah. But
hey, the guy from the Texans dropped to 10th, so he looks like a damn beast.
Well, look at what Mahomes did. He win MVP? I didn't remember. Did Mahomes win MVP?
I'm sure he did. He had to.
How come the NFL never announces?
Right, it's never like a big nobody. It's never a big deal, right?
You know what I'm saying? The people say, "Oh, we'll announce it," But then Then Super Bowl happens. You don't think about it. Like, okay, was he MVP?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, they don't even care about the awards.
As a matter of fact,
did Saquon Barkley win Rookie of the Year, or did they get after Baker Mayfield?
No, Saquon Barkley definitely won Rookie of the Year. I was paying attention to that.
Okay. Yeah, he should have, because people was trying to push for Baker Mayfield. I'm like, no. Saquon Barkley had a better season. He played all season. Like, he had a better year. Like, because they was really definitely pushing for Baker. I'm like, no.
Okay, so NFL MVP was Mahomes.
Okay.
Yeah. He should have won it.
Yeah.
Yes, but Dwayne Haskins, like, the reason I brought up Mahomes because Mahomes was drafted like right around the same spot, so it doesn't really matter. Once you get out of, it's either number one. I forgot what it is like historically. If you're a number one pick, odds are you're pretty good as a quarterback. But if you go from 2 to 10, then that's terrible. It almost never works out.
Smokey this is the second time walking by. Like, he's really trying to get on the YouTube channel today. It's the second time. Like, he usually avoids it, but today he's like, nah, you're gonna put me on. The Haskins thing, I was just like, man, he dropped to 15th. I'm like, the Giants didn't take him. Like, you really think they really think Daniel Jones is better than Dwayne Haskins? Like, I can't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what? Why would they ever even think something like that? Like, he's not better. He's just not. Like, hold on, I'm having technical difficulties with my life.
Come on, man, get it together, man.
Yeah, like I don't know, and I have another few things about Haskins. Number one, he's from Jersey, but he was raised in Maryland. Number two, when he got the call from the Skins, he has his cell phone out, and on his cell phone is a naked picture of his girlfriend, like as a background, who's right next to him. Like she's like she got her titties out.
So the camera showed that.
Yeah, like, but the camera had to pan in because he wasn't paying attention.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just his phone.
Right.
But she's fucking butt naked. and like what she's sitting right there. I'm like, oh, that's her. I'm like, oh, god damn. Wow. And then when somebody calls, he's showing his father. And he's like, his father like hits him on the arm, like, yeah. I'm like,
his father was like, why? Well, hang up the phone now. Now hang up real quick. Wow, he got a naked picture of his girl on his phone like that. He shouldn't really do that, man.
Why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah, that just doesn't make sense.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're two married dudes. I would never put a picture of my wife naked on my phone.
Yeah, like, anybody can see that.
Like, something like that.
Like, you gotta make sure your phone is down all the time and nobody sees it. And then you're a quarterback. Like, you're a popular quarterback. Like, you're gonna be on TV. Like, you know what I mean? Look what happened. That's crazy.
Yeah, if your wife is like there's an exception. If your wife is like a model who's
already been seen by the world,
are pretty much everywhere.
right?
You know what I'm saying? If everyone sees her naked, if she's like a Playboy model or something,
right? Then that's different.
She's like a regular model,
or she's like a porn star.
Yeah, then you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck do you care? You know, everyone's seen her naked.
Right, but damn, you just gonna put your girl out there like that? Maybe we need to look her up. Maybe she is.
He didn't know. She was sitting right next to him. She's a regular chick.
Well, I mean, maybe we just don't know who she is, but maybe she is a model.
I don't think she's a model. I think she just wanted to show her titties off, and she didn't care. Like, that's how chicks are these days. They don't care. But,
I suppose.
But yeah, they also caught footage of him while the Giants were picking at number 6, and he looked at the phone and he laughed a little bit.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and
when the Giants picked Daniel Jones, he was like,
yeah, and I think it's the reason the Giants didn't pick him, and I think it's a thing about Gettleman said something about culture. I was like, what about culture? I'm thinking like, what? That's why he got rid of OBJ. I'm like, what's this about culture?
Yeah, but what's up with Haskins then? What's the problem with him? I mean, he went to a really good school with a really good, well coached.
He's black.
Yeah,
that's all. That's all it's about. Like with Gettleman, I guess you have to be one of those. You know what I'm saying? Saquon Barkley. You know what I'm saying? Like he went to a good school, but you know Saquon Barkley he's a good guy. You know what I'm saying? He's not
great personality guy. He's a good character guy.
He's a good character guy. You know what I'm saying? So he got rid of OBJ, even though OBJ never got arrested for anything. I guess it's a character issue.
I don't really disagree with trading OBJ though with them. Like I never was really against that.
No, it's not about what you're for or against about. I'm just saying why he did it.
Right.
It's because if he was just a regular wide receiver with not the hair, no tattoos, had no problems, just kept his mouth shut, was like a Larry Fitzgerald, but putting up those type of numbers, then he would still be there.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. Right.
Yeah. Okay. So 16, they got Brian Burns, an edge rusher out of Florida State.
Who got him?
Panthers.
Oh, okay.
They gave him a B+. I didn't really see anything about Brian Burns. I don't really follow Florida State.
They're another team that loves their defense.
Yeah, they needed defense. They drafted 5 receivers, but they give them away and they let them go.
Yeah. But the core, like there's some teams that are just at their core, they're defensive teams like Carolina, Baltimore, Jacksonville. They're known for being good defensively. So. Used to be Pittsburgh, but now they're more known for their offense.
Well, Pittsburgh is about to. I think they're changing that back to where it was.
Probably.
And number 17, the Giants. We picked up Dexter Lawrence from Clemson. He was on the other side of the guy who was just drafted. Christian Wilkins was drafted to Miami. Whenever they have 2 guys who play right beside each other, and one guy does really good, and the other guy does good, that's because they're doubling one guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That like I've seen this before with like Penn State when they had Courtney, what's his name, Courtney Brown and LeVar Arrington.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. I've seen it before where Courtney Brown was drafted number 1 overall. He wasn't shit. Yeah. You know, LeVar Arrington was doing all the work because he was getting double blocked, and Courtney Brown was going to sweep everything up.
Right.
So right now I can't tell who's getting double blocked and who's not.
We'll find out.
But this guy that we drafted is a big fucking guy. So I would think that he's the one getting double covered. But that's only we'll see about that. All right, the Vikings picked up a center from North Carolina State. Who knows about a fucking center?
Blah, blah, blah.
The Titans picked up a DT from Mississippi State.
Another team known for their defense.
Yeah. They right when they picked him, there was something else came out about him too, where he was hitting a woman.
Really?
Right.
He's the one you're talking about?
No. It's two times it's happened. 2 times.
Jeez.
All right.
Why is this a trend that's coming back? Like This trend was, I thought it was starting to die down, and now it's coming back strong the past year or two.
Yeah, I don't know. The Broncos picked up Noah Fant. He's a tight end from Iowa. And I'm going to go back to early on in the draft where the Lions picked up T.J. Hawkinson at number 8, who was also a tight end from Iowa.
Yeah,
how many tight ends?
I heard that they had 2 tight ends from Iowa that was going to go. I heard about that.
I'm like, yeah, what are they doing out there in Iowa? What are they doing? Yeah, one of them was a blocker, and one of them was a catcher. Or both of them are? I'm like, what's going on?
Maybe they just had an offense where they just had 2 really good tight ends who could do it all, and they utilized both of them like the college version of Aaron Hernandez and Gronk. So, and
all right, we got 21. That's the Packers. They have another pick. That's Darnell Savage. That's a center, a safety out of Maryland. I've never heard of him. ACC guy. I don't pay attention to ACC at all. So every player from ACC is going to suck this year. Now we got from the Eagles. We have Andre Dillard, offensive tackle from Washington State. They need offensive tackles because
that guy keeps getting hurt.
Last year, yeah, well, their quarterback keep getting hurt. So
yeah, quarterback can get hurt, and but not only that, but they had a couple offensive linemen that got hurt. So they definitely need to get deeper there.
Yeah.
What number are we at? 20 what?
23.
Okay.
We got Titus Howard, offensive tackle from Alabama State, who got drafted by the Texans. Know nothing about offensive tackles. They need offensive linemen if they're going to keep the quarterback healthy. He keeps getting hurt, but he keeps going outside the pocket, so fuck him. Then we got Josh Jacobs from Alabama, a running back who got drafted to the Raiders. They need a running back because Marshawn Lynch just retired.
Right.
So they need a running back. I got him in the first round. But I go get a running back in the first round, only if that running back was a game-changing type of running back, then I would go get him in the first round.
Do you consider what's the name, a Hall of Fame running back?
Who? Marshawn Lynch?
Marshawn Lynch.
No, I don't.
I don't even think it's close, but people are actually questioning that on like ESPN. I'm like,
no, he's not. He's not
a Hall of Fame running back. Like,
not
what about him says Hall of Fame running back? Like, he was good. He won a Super Bowl.
Has he ever led the league in rushing? Never.
I doubt it. I mean, he was good I remember when he was with Buffalo, he was a beast. I mean, he was a beast his whole career, but he wasn't a Hall of Fame. Maybe in some strange way he snuck up the list of all-time rushing. I can't believe that he did, but that would be the only way you would say he's a Hall of Famer if he snuck into the top 10 somehow, but I doubt it. I strongly doubt it.
I really don't think that Marshawn Lynch. He's a 5-time Pro Bowler. Okay. 1-time All-Pro. That doesn't make you a Hall of Famer. He started his career in 2007.
Conversation.
Yeah. Let me see, how many rushing yards do he have? Oh, he had a great rookie season, 1,015 yards, then 1,036 yards, and then 450, 737, then 164, then 573, then 1204, 1590, 1257. As soon as he went to Seattle.
Right.
Yeah, 1204, 1590.
You probably led the league with that 1590.
Yeah, 1306, 417, 891, and 3. Yeah, he's not
a Hall of Famer.
There's no way in hell he's a Pro Bowler
or a Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry, Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I don't know where people was getting that from. I'm like, what? When they said it, I was just made the face like, what? What are you talking about? But all right, where are we?
Oh, 25 with the Ravens. Marquise Brown, wide receiver, Oklahoma State. Instead of picking that big buff dude that broke all the records from Mississippi State, DK Metcalf, that what you call it? It's like the 6'4", 220-pound dude who can catch anything. They pick up a 5'10", 170-pound wide receiver from Oklahoma State. They pick up a slot guy at 25.
Wow. Who was that again? Baltimore?
Ravens. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
The Redskins actually traded back in after Marquez Sweat from Mississippi State, who should have been drafted top 3. He was drafted 25 here. He's a controversial pick because a lot of stuff going on off the field, but he's really quick as an edge rusher. And I hope he goes to prison because I don't want him to play against my Giants. Okay, the Raiders again. Third first-round pick, they have Jonathan Adams from Mississippi State, safety. If he's a Gruden guy, he's gonna fucking suck. Next, Chargers, DT from Notre Dame. They gave him an A. I don't like anybody from Notre Dame, and I don't think they produced a great player besides Joe Montana.
Yeah, they don't really produce any good pro athletes.
Yeah,
not too many.
And the Seahawks get LJ Collier from TCU. He's pretty decent. I've seen some clips of him.
TCU, go Frogs! Who says that? You know who says that?
Who says that?
Bill Burr always make fun of TCU fans on his podcast. Well, he used to. He's like, TCU, go Frogs! But anyway, go ahead.
And the Giants actually have a pick here. We traded back in. We are doing the same things that the fucking Raiders are doing.
I can't be good.
DeAndre Baker, a cornerback from Georgia. He's pretty decent. I like the pick. We need cornerbacks. When's the last time we had a good cornerback? We've never. Not since I've been a Giant fan. I've never. I don't care what Jason Sehorn, and he was never good. Jason Sehorn sucks, okay? He was never, ever good. Ever. All right. The Falcons get Caleb. Oh, I pressed something. What the fuck did I just press? What the fuck? Okay, here we go. 31, Caleb McGarry, offensive lineman. They need help. Didn't they just have a pick? This is the second pick in the
Who's this?
The Falcons.
Oh, yeah. That's just, yep. They must have traded in or something, too.
And for the last pick, the Patriots pick up a fucking wide receiver. From Arizona State. They gave him a C+, but guess what? I give it an A+. Well, you want to know why?
Because it's a Patriots.
Because it's a fucking Patriots.
They don't draft receivers very well. They sign receivers. They don't draft them very well. Most of their receivers turn out to suck that they draft. These are the ones they give from other teams that turn out good. Yeah, that concludes your first round of the NFL draft.
Yeah, that concludes my first round of the draft. Right now, the draft is going on. I don't know what pick they're up to. Oh, fuck me. Okay, on round 2, first pick.
Smokey again.
Smokey's going back and forth.
He's being a real dick.
First pick of round 2 is Arizona, and they pick up the Florida offensive lineman who was ranked number fucking 1.
Really? Who drafted him?
Arizona.
So how did he not get drafted in the first round?
I don't know. He was still there. He was still there. So they got him the first pick of the second round.
Arizona gonna get a lot. Arizona gonna get a lot done in this draft.
He was supposed to be a top 10 pick.
If they make this trade with Miami, then they're gonna have another second round pick soon.
Yeah. Okay.
It'll probably get announced when Miami's pick comes up, if it didn't already happen.
Oh, I got some news for you. Okay. First, let's go by number 34, what you call the Colts pick up Debo Samuel. I love that. I love that fucking name. And somebody named their kid Debo. I love that.
Wait, ain't that? Wait, at 34, that's the second pick in the second round, ain't it?
Yeah.
Oh, we traded that pick. Okay.
It doesn't matter. Okay. For 35, Byron Murphy was drafted by the Raiders as a cornerback. And at 36, you motherfuckers got DK Metcalf.
DK, that's the other.
That's that big buff wide receiver that
that's you just talking about.
Records.
Wow.
He broke the record for the fastest 40 time.
Okay. Wow. We need a receiver. We got the best one available.
The wide receiver. I was looking for where he was going to go. Fits with the over traits and second, third passing attack of Kyle Shanahan's offense. Okay, got Lonnie Johnson.
And San Fran. Okay.
Rock Ya-Sin. What the
That's
fuck
his name?
Kind of name?
Rock-Ya?
Rock, R-O-C-K, then Y-S-I-N. Rock Ya-Sin.
Okay. Rock Ya-Sin. All right.
Okay, then Buffalo with Greedy Williams. He was supposed to go in the top 10. Now he's a second-round pick. And the third quarterback was taken, Drew Lock.
Damn. He went the second round. He was supposed
He was supposed to go to the first round.
Right, he was supposed to be a first-round quarterback.
He went to Denver.
Oh, wow. So okay. All right.
I don't really see anything else here worth
noting.
Except you guys got the best pick of that round, I would think. And the Patriots just replaced Gronk.
Yeah, I knew that they was gonna. They said that they was gonna get a tight end in the second round.
Yeah, with Dawson Knox. Miles Sanders from Penn State just got drafted to. Eagles. He was the one who had to. He had to follow Saquon Barkley, and he was feeling a lot of pressure. But he was getting interviewed by a lot of people. I saw.
They're gonna smoke you again.
Yeah.
Asshole.
Fucking. Okay. Well, that's pretty much all the draft coverage that we're gonna do. I'm not gonna do any more draft coverage of the third round because nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit. All right, so before we wrap this up in a few minutes, because we almost did a whole hour of that, I got a couple of quick stories. I was telling you off camera. The Nets general manager, like last week or early, I think it was early this week or late last week. The general manager Sean Marks got suspended for going to the refs' locker room. Like, because he was so pissed off about the way the refs were calling the games. I'm like, really? You went to that locker room? He got suspended one game and he got like a fine. I don't know how much the fine was, but I'm like, going to the refs' locker room over the call. Like, first of all, I watched some of the series. The calls didn't look bad to me at all. First of all, second of all, like there was one call that everybody's talking about. That's the Joel Embiid elbow to Malik Allen's face. And they called it a flagrant. They thought he should have got thrown out of the game for it. Nowadays, I can see them getting thrown out of the game for it, but it was one of them things where, you know, he was doing a move. He spun. He did have his elbows up high. He spun, and then he went up with the shot. It's like, he got a flagrant. That's it. So then the next game, Malik Allen's going up for a shot, and he blocks the shot. I'm telling you, this shit looks so clean to me. The play looks so clean, but Malik Allen falls and it looked bad, and it caused everybody to go, you know, look like it's about to be a team fight. Like they start, what's his name? Jared Dudley pushed him and all that. Like, if you look at the play, it looked like a clean block. Like he fell. He might have got him a little bit with the body or something, but that was just him trying to get him for not doing something about the play before, you know, the game before. About, you know, with the elbow. So I'm like, it was just bullshit. Like, you go into the refs' locker room, like, you should have got more than one game suspension as a general manager doing that shit. And another one, in baseball, I don't know which two teams were involved because I didn't write it down here, but the Tim Anderson got suspended. Him and the pitcher Brad Keller both got suspended. The pitcher hit Tim Anderson after Tim Anderson flipped the bat. Before that, after hitting a home run, which is, we talk about how stupid it is for them to get so upset over a bat flip. But so he hit Tim Anderson, the next time up, and Tim Anderson rushed him out. It was a big scuffle or whatever, and Tim Anderson called Brad Keller a weak ass bitch nigga during the fight.
Oh my god!
So that's why he got suspended, though. The pitcher got suspended for hitting him. He got suspended like 5 games, which is really 1 game, is 1 start. But the player got suspended for calling him that. And I understand you suspend him for, I was listening to PTI and Michael Wilbon was mad about it, saying that was it Buzz Selig still? Buzz Selig? Or is it somebody else now?
No, Buzz Selig isn't. It has been.
No, who's the new commissioner? Buzz Selig's the
commissioner of baseball. I forget the guy.
I can't think of his name right now.
Rob something.
Yeah, something like that. But Buzz Selig. I went way back. He got mad at the commissioner. He's like, he shouldn't have got involved. And I'm like, he's like, just stay out of it because you don't know the meaning of black people using the N word. Blah blah blah. I'm like, no. They kind of got a policy about using the N word. About
Rob
using,
Manfred.
Huh?
Rob Manfred.
Right, Rob Manfred. So they got a policy about using the word or whatever. So, they like you can't like I understand why you would suspend them for it. I know it's a different meaning for black and white people. Time out 1 second. Okay, never mind. All right, back. All right. So yeah, but you can't just say it's okay for him to do that if it's not okay for everyone. That's not how you run the league. I understand why Wilbon thinks that way, but you can't just do that. What's your thoughts on that?
Oh well, I completely agree with him. He is a bitch ass, a bitch ass nigger. And I think that they should be able to say it. To be honest with you, I just want to see more fights and.
Yeah, because baseball that got nothing else going for them, but home runs and fights.
And hockey, they started using. I think they already used that word.
in the way it was originally intended.
Oh yeah. Especially to those black hockey players who need I
know the fans. I heard the fans be saying it to the black
fans and
players.
The players, and the guys need security. It's just it's funny that the minority black person in NHL needs security to go around, but white guys in NBA can do whatever the fuck they want. Yeah. They can just go around with us, and there's no problem.
You should start yelling racial slurs to white people at NBA arenas. Let's start that movement.
Well, remember I said a few shows ago about us not having a team in Utah. Why do we have a fucking team in Utah? Yeah. Why are we entertaining these fucking?
I got a new I got a new game to play too. We're not gonna play it this week. It's not even a game, but it's I got one of those things that we could do. I gotta get more. I gotta do more. It's not ready yet. But I got a lot of ideas that we just ain't been using. Maybe I want to wait till our audience grows bigger so more people can see it.
Well, our audience grew bigger. In the past couple months, we've had 500 people.
I'm waiting for 100,000 people.
100,000.
I'm waiting until we go national, dog. I'm waiting until we go international.
We're international.
I'm waiting until we really go. I'm waiting until we go universal, dog. I'm waiting until cats of the black hole go watch our shit. Nah, but I wanna I got all these, like I said, I got all these ideas in this goddamn iPad that they always get pushed at the bottom of my notes and I always forget about them, but we're going to use some more of this shit eventually.
Start texting me some of these ideas so we can think about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there at work, sitting there twiddling my fingers and shit.
Okay, that's true.
I could be looking at some ideas. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm in school anymore. I ain't got shit else to do.
True.
What am I doing at work? What am I doing at work?
Try work.
What am I doing at work? Come on, be serious. What am I doing at work?
Like, try doing some actual work.
Yo, like, be serious. Let's be serious now. What am I going to do at
work? One more thing.
The NBA playoffs.
We haven't talked about the playoffs at all. Like
playoffs
outside of the Nets GM thing, but yeah. So Russell Westbrook was talking shit to Damien Lillard like the whole series. Damien Lillard ain't say nothing. He just was just taking it all in until the end. We shot that 37-footer and then waved goodbye to Oklahoma like bye bye. That shit was crazy.
Well, in this league now, that shot is not a bad shot. Paul George, who is a follower, who I'm so disappointed in because he is a follower. He says, "Oh, that was a bad shot. Shot." No, it wasn't. It's not a bad shot. Damian Lillard can hit that shot regularly.
Right.
Curry can hit that shot regularly.
Right.
Kyrie Irving can hit that shot regularly. James Harden can hit that shot regularly.
Kevin Durant.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Kevin Durant can hit that shot regularly. That shot is not a bad shot for them. He was 8 for 12 from that shot.
That's a shot. That's what they do. Right. He's 8 for 12. That's what I was gonna say. He's 8 for 12, and he's like he's actually shooting a super huge percentage. Like 8 for 12 is damn good for that. Like for anything, except for like free throws, I guess. But that's good for anything. And for him to shoot anything over 30 feet, he's money. Like.
Yeah, you know why? Because he said they don't guard me out there. It was like, why would anybody guard you out there? Now you have to guard.
Right now, you have to guard him all the way out there. Like, especially if he's taking it that many times and making it that many times, you have to guard him out there now.
Yeah, you have to guard him out there. And the thing is,
and he didn't do. And to be honest, he didn't do a terrible job at guarding it. It's not like I personally that at that moment of the game, I probably wouldn't have guarded it either, but. That being said, he's shooting a high percentage of it, so you can't say it's a bad shot. You just could say next time I got to get up on it.
You really didn't want to send him to a line, and I get it. They don't want to send the guy to the line because they don't want the game was tied. You know what I'm saying? They were going to go to overtime.
And you don't want to guard anybody out there, no matter who you are. You don't want to guard nobody out there. You just don't. Like I would understand if he was more open than he was, because. Paul George wasn't that far off of him. You know what I mean? It wasn't like he was just not even acknowledging him. He even jumped to defend it. So it wasn't like he was. It's one of them things, and you got to live with him making that. But to say it's a bad shot is not a bad shot. He made he made the shot of the series. Like nothing else is gonna top that shot. I don't care if somebody hits a game winner in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. That shot to me was way better than anything I can see the rest of this year. Like that was amazing what he did to me. Like even though I know he can hit that shot, it was just amazing for it to be a game winner to send somebody home after like just the whole circumstances with what Westbrook talking shit. So talking about I've been busting your ass for 6 years or whatever. You know he said that. And Damien Lillard, because Damien Lillard said, he was like, he told me he was busting my ass for the last 6 years. He was like, first of all, it's not true. But I told my teammates, don't get involved in all of that with them. Just, just play your game and just win and just try to win. And then, and his cancer was on Colin Cowherd talking about it. He said the same thing. He said that,
why he was running his mouth?
Well, he wasn't. I mean, he wasn't saying nothing crazy this time. He said, because Colin was asking him about it, he was like, yeah, I didn't really talk trash to nobody at all because Damian Lillard basically said not to. He was like, just let them do it, just let them talk or whatever, don't worry about it. He was like, he's my leader, so I said, all right, I'm just going to listen to what my leader tell me. That was his quote. So I was like, okay, and so he asked him about the trash talk. He was like, yeah, he was like, I started trash talking when I was with Oklahoma City because Westbrook, and I used to back him up, and he used to like to trash talk, so I started trash talking too. He was like, but then when I got to Portland, that's not what they're about, so I don't really do it here. You know what I mean? He was like, that's the culture, so I just stick with what they do. So, and he never mentioned anything about the Knicks, at least this time. During the end of that game, he said, first of all, I'd like to thank the New York Knicks for cutting me. I really appreciate it. That's all he said, and then he just left it at that. But outside of that, he was taking shots at the Knicks when he first left. But I guess he's past it now, which he should
shots
be.
For the Knicks, but he was part of the team and he was part of the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, as far as his defense, he's a bad defensive player.
He's not just a bad defensive player. He's the worst defensive player.
Yeah,
he's the worst. Everyone just knows to pick and roll towards him. He's not going to do anything about it.
Right.
All day, pick and roll towards him all day.
Right.
I don't care about your rebounding and you're putting it back. If you're not playing defense, you ain't playing this game, man. Like all you got, it's just trying. That's it. He doesn't even try. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like you can't do it.
Right.
You don't want to.
Right. Defense is effort. Defense is like 80% of his effort.
You know what I'm saying? Like if he played, imagine if he was a great defender, he'd be the best center in the league.
Yeah, he'd certainly be up there. Well, the way he can score and rebound, he's a monster rebounder. He can definitely score around the basket. But yeah, he just did not play defense, and you know, and that's one of the reasons why they want to play. Mitchell Robinson does play defense. Yeah, we're grooming Mitchell Robinson also, but he plays defense. Like that's Fizdale's big thing. Like he wants to play guys that play defense. He said that at the beginning of the year. And he was benching guys for it, not just Kansas. He benched a lot of guys for defense throughout the year. He benched Frank when Frank was struggling on both ends because he kept him for a while in the game because his defense was solid. But then once his defense started suffering, he benched his ass. So, like, you know, that's just what it came down to. And you know, and the fact that they were trying to rebuild and groom young players. He just wasn't, you know, he just wasn't going to be there next year. That's just what it was. Like, you should understand what. I mean, I understand you want to play, but that's just what it is. Just you know, understand the situation. He could have and they tried to trade him. They was looking for a trade, but nobody wanted him because I guess it's the final year of his contract, so nobody wanted to give up anything for him. So, you know, they was waiting for the Knicks to cut him. As soon as they got cut, teams wanted him. You know, should be happy. We could, like, now granted, the last, you know, I guess he came to that realization. That's why he just said what he said. I mean, even though he's probably still trying to be funny, but he just said thank you for, you know, cutting me or whatever. But whatever, you know, whatever. Just do your thing. I ain't got no hate for you. Whatever. I'm not necessarily happy for you either. Whatever. But moving on. I think it's time to wrap this up now.
I think it's time to wrap it up. Yeah, but Cantor's a bitch, I think.
Is there any games on tonight?
What'd you say?
Is there any games on tonight? It shouldn't be. I think all the Clippers are on. So Clippers will go to State. For some reason, Golden State can't close these guys out.
If Golden State loses to these guys, man,
that would be crazy. but I'm thinking Golden State's gonna beat them by like 20 tonight. It's in LA. It's gonna be over. I
want Golden State to lose to these guys.
I do too, so bad. But
that'd be embarrassing.
You know how mad? Well, then again, they'd probably be playing the Lakers. I was gonna say, you know how mad LeBron would be if you didn't have to deal with Golden State and he didn't even make the playoffs this year. But they would probably be playing Golden State, so because they would probably be an 8th seed.
Well, shit. If it was LeBron playing these guys and they beat them. You know how
oh my God,
how much LeBron
the legend would be crazy.
that would be fucking crazy.
Yeah. But
all right.
Yeah. All right, yo. We'll keep you posted on the playoffs, and if anything else notable happens in the draft, we'll talk about it next week. All right.
Get the fuck out of here.